Welcome if you're new here. Welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Dion. We're going to start with Tillamook Mint Chocolate Chip Ice Cream Scented and Flavored Lip Balm. Did I say balm? Probably. Lip balm. It's hard trying to apply a lip product when you're talking. We always start with some type of lip product because it's important to keep your lips moisturized. I'm excited about this video because we're going to do something somewhat new. We do have one Fenty brow pencil, the only brow pencil I use. I'm going to be featuring Scott Barnes brushes. No, I don't have a code and none of that stuff. I just really enjoy his brushes. And this is a part of my brush collection video. So the ones I don't use today, I'm going to show you anyway. And these are not available anymore. But we're going to do our entire base face as much as possible just using Scott Barnes brushes. They are back available on his website. I did find a 30% off code about a week or so ago, and recently I received an email that there was 20% off on his website. And so these are what's not on there. He had a travel brush set, and it came in a travel case. This says travel powder brush, and I usually use this for blush, but we're not going to use it today because this is no longer available. I don't know if he's going to bring it back. And I do have two of those because when I like a brush or a set, I get more. These say travel highlighter brushes, and I do use these for highlight. This one is a travel angled brush, and we may use this. This is just weird to me. It says angled smudge. Yeah, travel angled smudge because it's so thick. And what I do like this for is for blowing out shadow on my lower lash line. You cannot get a thin line with this because this is hella thick. But we may use that, I don't know, for something. Or for lower lash line we will. For upper lash line we'll probably use an Esom brush because he did have a pencil brush, one for lips and one for eyes, well, for brows. And I didn't keep those because I don't use those types of brushes. And so there is that. So what's going to be new for me for this video, I put that brush in the wrong place, is that I did have his dual fiber brushes for foundations, but they were just so wide that I only used them to put on foundation before I did my brows because it was just so wide it would just cover like this whole area. So what I'm gonna try to do today is use one of these. This is the number 65 for foundation and primer, and I only use synthetic brushes because my skin does not like natural hair brushes. So that's the new part. I do have a video from years ago when I first got his brushes years ago, and so I will try to remember just to link that below, or it may just be in a Scott Barnes playlist below, I don't know. So the brushes that I have out to use is this one, and we have out two of them because this is the newer one, and I can tell because it's not fluffy, like how this one is fluffed. And this one is starting to shed. I noticed it the other day when I was washing it, and so I was kind of disappointed. But I have had these for a very long time. And so we're going to use both of these. You've seen me use this one, the number 64. And I use this, to set my face with loose powder. But then I'm also going to use the second one I have for blush, and probably the tip of it for highlighter. So I just want you to see that you can use a brush for whatever you want to use it for, however it works for you. There is no right or wrong. This brush I freaking love. This brush is big as hell. Like this is and I like this for either loose powders or pressed setting powders because I can put you'll see, and you've probably seen me use this before. And so the other one I'm going to put away because we're only going to use one of them. But I do have two of them. Yes, I do. Because these are so dense and so thick, these do take sometimes up to 2 days to dry. And so I am glad that I have a second one. So if I do want to use it another day, I can use it the other day. The eye brushes we're going to use, he doesn't have just a regular shader brush, but I'm going to use the number 61, which is a crease brush because it fits right into the socket. And when I first got it, I thought it was for shadow. And I'm like, I can't get down to my lid because you see how this plastic piece comes up, just how the brush is made. I was like, I can't get near the lid. And I looked on the website, this is a crease brush. And it does go in here very nicely. So what I usually use it for is for my transition area if I'm putting a shadow up here. And particularly if I do one shadow here, then I'll take a clean one and put another shadow over here. But we're going to try and use these for our lids today. And I did pull out 3 of them. And you've seen me use the number 62, which is just a regular tapered blending brush. And I love this for tapping shadow under my brow and also in the transition area because it's pointy. I can get it more or less right where I want it. And so that's what we're going to do today. So I could also, I think I pulled out one of these also to blend out my eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to put this Sephora one away. So what's new for me is using this brush for foundation, because I'm like, am I going to be able to get in all the crannies? Y'all see the redness. I had a dermatology appointment today, and it is clearing up. So the texture is clearing up as well from the cream. The ointment is what I use under here. And so she said to me, if you want me to give you an antibiotic for it to just clear up quicker as far as the texture, she said I will. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead and prescribe that for me. And she was really looking at it too. And so what I did was, for her to see up here and here, I went like this. And she was like, wow. And I said, it is a lot better than a week ago. She said, really? This is better? And I'm like, yeah. She was like, wow. I said, yeah, it was really bad. It was like rocky road up here. And I have never, in all of my life that I've had to fight, I have never had all of this under here as far as the texture. But so here we go. So I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. I am tapping lightly because I don't want to like mush it all in, because this is a big brush. So we have like a lot of area to cover here, and maybe I should just go for it. So I usually do start under my eyes, because there's a red mark right there, because that's where I want the most coverage. And then I usually come around my nose, because that's where I want the most coverage as well, because of discoloration under my eyes. And so there is some left, and there is quite a bit in the brush, because I can feel it where it's cold, and you can see the color of it on my face. You know what? This brush is nice for foundation and primer. This is my first time ever using this for foundation and primer. I mean, it's kind of big for the purpose though, but it's good to know that it can be done. And so this is another way. And I like that the width of it, it fits like right here. Like, I don't have to be ultra careful, I say, as I pat down foundation in my hair. And it does get into the corners of my 5 head. And I already have foundation over here, but whatevs. So this is working. I like the shape of it, because I am able to get like right into the corner and then just pat that over. I like this for foundation. I don't know if I would use it on a regular basis for foundation, and I am able to get like right in here. Wow. So thank you for, I just poked myself in the eyeball. So thank you for being with me to do this for the first time. And I am able, because of this part of it, to just kind of wiggle it into the corners of my nose. Yo, look at this. This did a great job. What? And I would never have thought to do this, except I was like, I'm going to use all Scott Barnes brushes today. And I actually sold on Macari the foundation brushes. And they sold. And you know what? It was perfect timing, because after I sold them, like a couple weeks later is when his website popped back up. So I'm like, wow, they might have purchased them new. And I priced them reasonably, because the ones I had were used. Excuse me. But his brushes are not expensive. They're in the realm of high-end luxury brush prices, like hourglass prices. So if you're used to paying that, excuse me if you heard that in my throat, then you'll be okay with his. But do try to find a code. And so I had Googled Scott Barnes discount codes 2024, and that's where I found the 30% off code. And as I mentioned earlier, yesterday I received the email. Today is, I'm going to say June 25th. It's a Monday, and my live is tonight, so whatever night this is. So you will see this look in the live before you see the video. So we're going to put that down. This is nice. And my eye is kind of teary and part blurry from me rubbing my eyeball with the brush accidentally, of course. So we're going to just put that there. So we're going to try and breeze through this, and you know I'm lying. This is going to be a long ass video, because we're also going to do an eye look, and so it's going to be kind of tricky. I don't know why. I don't know where I was going with that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the intro. This show is almost done, and part of me is saying just take out the stopper, the sifter, so I won't have to keep knocking it to get it to come through. But I think we have enough. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. Did I just get loud? The crazy just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self. The troll part, not caring too much what the beauty community standards are. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it, because here at the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube, we are about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. And part of me feels like I said one of those sentences twice. I probably did. I don't know. Welcome to the crazy. Self-acceptance part, we did that. Self-acceptance, self-love, embracing. Yeah, y'all be forgetting where I'm at in my intro. And it's okay. It's okay. So we set the face, and I this is what I use this brush, oh Lord Jesus, this brush for, because it does fit like perfect right under here. Oh my gosh. So if you're new here, I do curse sometimes in my videos and in my live streams, because I curse sometimes, period. What else? There's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I do always say excuse me. I think today, I was going to say my Sigma, but we're going to go with house lambs. I feel like I've been using the Sigma a lot lately. So we're going to start with Deep Level 10, which is the lighter of the two. And we're going to use this brush that is not like fluffed out yet. And actually, yes, I'm gonna have to use this for both of them. So we're just gonna walk it. We're gonna put it and we're just gonna walk it over. I'm gonna tap off, but yeah, some does tap off. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes I think it's the brush I use. So we're just gonna stamp it first. And then we're gonna swoosh it where you see the natural indentation, my natural hollow. The natural hollow in my cheek, yeah. And now we're just going back and forth from here to here to here. And you can see where the color is. That is nice. So we're tapping in, and we're going to tap here, because sometimes it looks like there's a gap right here where the hollow is. And I've come to realize it's just the shape of my face that makes it look like that. And then we're going to feather upward a little bit. So this is what we're doing with that. This is a pretty shade for me. And I was apprehensive because medium level 7 is actually darker than this. And I thought this was going to be darker than medium level 7, but it's not. This to me is like kind of rosy. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to take some, do a little here, and do a little here, and put some under here. So I am just like tapping in twice. So I'm not swiping. We're just tapping, and then we're applying it, because it does pick up quite well. And we're going to put a little bit on the tip of the nose. We're just tapping, and we're going to tap across, get into the corners of the 5 head, and then we're going to go across and just kind of blend. And we're going to turn it this way to blend it down, so that it's not just a line from just doing like this. And then we're going to take a little bit more, put right there, right there. So this is it for Deep Level 10. And this is what they call the 3E method, because on one side, depending on how it's showing up when you're in one side, it's a 3 and the other side is an E. So that's something that they say. And now we're going to take medium level 7, which is darker. And we're just going to, we're going to tap in. Y'all, I have a serious dip in here. I don't know if you can see it. So we're going to just tap right here. I usually just put this right here, just to add a little bit of depth right behind where the hollow is, like this area right here. Because this does go, it can go dark, because it is buildable. But I just like the differentiation in color, where it's a little bit darker here and then it comes lighter, even though both of these are bronzers. And this is how I use the Sigma. I put on the one, and then the one that's darker, I put on like just back here. And so I do like the effect of that, because to me it's more dimensional versus just, you know, just one flat color. So that's all we're doing with medium level 7. So we're gonna put that brush down. I'm gonna pick a blush at random. Watermelon Bliss. Oh, this is a bright blush. Which one did I use for powder? Let me see. Is that the one I used for powder, or was it this one? You know what? Nothing's coming off of either one. Oh yeah, this one I used for pressed powder. So we're gonna put that down. We're gonna take Watermelon Bliss, and we're just tapping. Ooh, and we're tapping. And so we're going to just tap. This can go super dark super quick. I don't think I've used this brush for the House Labs blushes before, but look how, but I love this for setting powders too, and you can use the tip for highlighter, so we may do that today. Yeah, we may do that today as well. But these right here, I do really like these brushes. And aside from the new ones I just ordered, I ordered some more with the 20% off code after I purchased some with the 30% off code. I'm a brush hoe, I admit it. Did I tell you about the organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches? And I always say excuse me even if I think you don't hear it. I don't even know what I be saying, y'all, because I'm just excited to be using these brushes. Look. So we're going to pick a highlighter at random, a House Labs one. I have 4. We picked Fire Opal. So we're going to take the one we use for our powder brush, and we're going to just tap straight in. This is not a highlighter brush. And we're just going to go like this. And I like that it's tapered, because then you can just go like that. So we're tapping straight in. So if you feel like you need a bronzer brush, a contour brush, a blush brush, a powder brush, use whatever you have in whatever way you want to. So I hope that's what this is showing you, because this is a powder brush and I love it for setting my face with loose powder or pressed powder. But you saw, and I've only used this one for like bronzer and contour, which I use interchangeably, and we use that for foundation today. What? Yeah, so hopefully this is helpful to you. Like just play around with whatever you have and just figure out how you best like it. Now we're going to, I'm not going to pick at random. Oh man, I picked up dim light. Let's just go for it. You know what? I do want to put some radiant light, excuse me, under my eyes, because I haven't been sleeping well. But when I sleep hard, but I still wake up every 90 minutes or so, and it's just not enough. It's just not enough sleep. We're gonna take this. Look at this. I'm excited. This Hourglass Compact. Look at this. It fits right in here. I'm just like, what? So we're going to just kind of swirl it, and actually we're going to do the sides as well, because I want to get it down here, and because it's not, well, it's not tapered, and because it's so freaking huge, like how do I just get it under my eyes? And so we're just trying to get it under the eyes. What I love this brush for, swirling it, you see that? And then I will just pat, let me slow down. Usually I will pat, but then I'll go back and just buff it. But look at this finish though. Between this brush and these House Labs products and that this Hourglass product, look how everything just, do I even need to say it? Like, look at, okay, so there's an issue I've been having with my videos. My lighting will change, and this is off topic. While we're doing that, we're going to put on our lower lash line. Well, I'm talking about that. We're going to put, can't pick it up. Come here, you. We're going to put lower lash line gray NYX retractable eyeliner. I really need to slow down. And Sephora Ultimate Gel eyeliner, waterproof, and this is matte brown. It says brown matte, but same difference. It's just switching the words. This is going on our inner rooms. So I noticed in my videos that the lighting is okay, like right now. And then when I say, okay, I'm going to edit out doing eyeliner, you know, that type of thing. When I come back, the visual is a lot darker. And I think what happens is because when I come in closer, my phone is auto adjusting for the light when I'm closer, but then when I come back, it doesn't readjust to where it's lighter again. And it took me a while to figure that out, because I'm like, well, why is it light here? And then all of a sudden it's darker. And so I've been playing back my edits to pinpoint when is it darker. And it gets darker when I lean back. Lean back, lean back. So I can be here and I can come in close, it's fine. When I come back, I don't know how to fix that. And I made it a point when I got this phone to not mess with the video settings, because I'm like, if I mess something up, I'm not going to know how to fix it or how to get it back, or I might not remember like what I did that messed it up in the first place. And so I think what I need to start doing is just using a mirror. But then the same thing, if this is close up to my phone, it still may alter the lighting. So I'm not sure like what to do, except if when I come back, because I don't always notice it in the video. I notice it when I'm editing. So it's not like, oh, it got dark, let me put, you know, the little tiny ring light up here. But so I really, and so I'm sitting back here with this, hoping that it doesn't go dark. But that's the only thing I can think to do, except I don't notice it until I watch the playback, and by then, like, it's too late. I mean, it's already done. The video is done. Everything I did is done. And so it is very annoying. And it doesn't even matter, like, how many lights are on before, because there's something adjusting in my phone, the phone setting or something. And so I don't know what to do. And if something just got in my eye. If I noticed it during the video, then I could be like, okay, let me turn on another light or something, but it doesn't show up until editing. And it's very bothersome. You know what it looks like? It looks like before I got the extra lights, it looked like my live streams, how they were always darker. But it's just weird because in videos, it'll be just regular and then it'll go dark. And all the same lights are still on, So I'm just saying all this to let you know that I'm aware. The stuff is a little crazy over here. I have a piece of dead skin. And it feels like something in my eye too. And now I don't see it. Yes, a piece of skin like right here. I don't know. Ow. I guess I pulled it off. Let me calm down. Do y'all notice sometimes that when you do your makeup, it like accentuates things? Because I didn't notice that piece of dry skin till like just now. Like sometimes once I put on powder, I'm like, oh, okay, that ain't really cute. So now we're going to prime the eye. Oh, we're using, I feel like I'm yelling. We're going to use Mothership VII Divine Rose. I haven't used it in a long time, and I did take it out of my McGrath store a while ago, and I haven't used it since then. I do like all the looks that we did with it, but it's just, y'all know I like a different vibe. But every look I've done with this, I've really liked it. And this is super easy to work with. It's not messy, but it's just like I just want different. And then I also thought that this would, the looks I paired, when I did the pairing palettes, I really like those looks too. So it does serve a purpose. You know what I'm saying? And so I took it out of my store and I'm like, I'm gonna just use it since nobody wants to buy it. And I think the price was reasonable because some people be trying to charge $200 something for you use Pat McGrath Mothership. I'm like, y'all crazy. So we're gonna put on the eye primer and we're gonna use one of the Scott bronze. I just went all over my eyebrow. Y'all, I am just so excited. I have not had Mountain Dew or Skittles today. I already mentioned I had a dermatology appointment today. And then I went to, well, first, because everything is kind of linear in a way, depending on which way I go. Like where I live at is a bubble. It's like a circle. Like everything is within the circle. So whatever way you go, like if I went to the post office because that's on the way to the VA hospital, and coming back, I went to BJ's because that was on the way. That's down the road by like 1 block from the VA hospital in Wilmington. And then when I came home, on my way home, I stopped at Giant. But everything is like on the way somewhere. You know what I mean? So where I live is like really convenient. And I really do love it here. I'm going to take a lipstick applicator and I'm just going to very lightly swipe where I put primer in my brow. And so, because I sold something on Macquarie last night. And I do usually ship usually within 24 hours, and because it's the distribution center, the lobby is always open. So even if it's actually it was Sunday morning, like around 3:15, when I was on my way home from Baltimore Playhouse, I dropped off a package. So I knew it wasn't going to move, but I'm like, it'll be there, you know, for when they come to work. And that was on the way home. So it was just going a different way because the post office is less than 10 minutes from where I live at. So I can either go up this way and get to it, or coming from the Playhouse, go up that way, come this way, get to it, and then come right home. Like everything is in a bubble. Everything is in like a circle. So like nothing is out of the way. It's just, okay, which way do I want to go where I can do everything without going around in circles? And so I'll just be like, I'll just go up this way, hit this store, that store, that store, come over here, hit that store, and then come home. Or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So it's really convenient. I was wondering the other day if I was ever going to move, and then I felt a little depressed because I really do like where I am. But, you know, you got to have a plan. And I was debating on if I'm gonna do a video about that or not. Like just having a plan for, you know, future plans, like the what ifs, you know. So we're gonna go into this palette. I was gonna try these 4 lid shades, and I might because I have 4 of these. I have 5 of these. I have 5 of these. I have 5 of these, and I have 5 of these, which is weird. I'm like, why do I have 5? And why do I have 5 of these? I'm thinking I would have had 6. 5 is an off number. Yeah, I'm one of them people. It needs to be an even number. So now I'm looking because I'm thrown off, and I'm taking up your time unnecessarily. So thank you for being here. Why do I have, maybe that's why I have 5 of these, because I have 5 of these. I think I thought I had 6 of these. Let's just get to it. I have no plan. I have no plan. We're going to go into Rose Dusk, this shade here, and we're going to use this brush. And as I said, I have like 5 of them. So if you see me change colors, and it's a different, the same brush, it is a different brush. So we're just going to lay this here. And I do know that some people do just use brushes like these for their lid shades, where usually you see me with a packer, either the Hourglass number 3, this is nice, or the Fenty. So this is new for me, using this shape brush for lid shades. And it's actually laying down really nice. But then the Fenty primer for me is a tacky primer, so you see it's not a problem. I am tapping straight in right now because it looks like there's something missing, like right here in this area where it didn't here because of the angle of my wrist. Yo, this is easy. This is an easy ass palette. It really is. And I only have put it in my Mercari store because I'm like, it's not my vibe. I'd rather somebody use it because I knew I wasn't going to use it much. And I think I did maybe 7 looks with it, maybe. And then I paired it with other motherships. But I'm like, am I really gonna, oh, that's nice. Gonna use this. That is nice. This brush is doing the thing. And so I am using the side of it to just like press it. And I think that's why it's getting the depth that it's getting. Because this is not really a dark shade. Maybe, I don't know. But I didn't think it was going to do what it did. Or do what it's doing. And so it is a really easy palette to use. And I do think it's hard to mess up one. It's hard to mess up a look with this palette. So now we're just feathering up here. And we're going to pull this out a little bit. I don't know if it's going to go out there or not. All right, let's see. So this is our face using Scott Barnes brushes. So in case you are interested in using them, you see what you can use them for. That is not really working. Back when they first came out, someone did a video using Scott Barnes brushes exclusively for like an entire month, which I thought was awesome because she wanted to get a good feel for it and be able to come back and review it. And I'm like, that was a really good idea. And so I am glad that she did that video. And again, that's when these brushes first came out. So I don't know. They seem to be the same brushes, which to me is just weird because he was like, I'm bringing back new stuff and you're going to love it. Dude, it's the same stuff. The same exact stuff and the same palettes. I'm just like, you ain't bring back nothing new. Like, what do you, I don't know. But we know stuff changes. So we're going to put that brush away so I don't mix it up. Now we're going to take one of these brushes, which is a crease brush. I'm wondering if I want to show you. I'm going to show you how it can be used in the crease, even though I normally don't do crease shades. And so to do that, we're going to take this shade here because it is a lighter shade, I think, question mark. And that shade is Velouria. I feel like I'm yelling. And so what I'm doing for this is I'm doing what I did with this brush. Because as you notice, these are the same shape. And with the brush I just used for the outer corner shade, it's the same shape as this one, down to the taper, the same thing. So I'm just walking it across. I'm just starting here and just like rolling it. And I'm going to tap off. And I'm going to tap it in my crease first because the Fenty primer being a tacky primer for me, I'm not always just able to go straight across because you see what's happening. The brush is just like, we're going to stay right here. So I'm going to walk it again, tap off, and we're going to just press it in here. And once it's there, then I should be able to somewhat go back and forth. And if you have deep set eyes, I think you would love this brush because it will go in and blend, because it's directly in the crease. It will go in and blend at the same time. And so this is my first time using, well, no, because I think I demonstrated that before, but it's my first time like actually like doing it for real, like I'm doing a look and not just trying to show you something. So thank you for being here with me to experiment with how you can use these brushes. The quality I think is amazing, and as I mentioned, price wise, it is the price of, you know, high-end luxury brushes, but still, you know, find a coupon code somewhere, and I don't have a code for you. And we're stopping right here. We're not going all the way out, so we're just like right here, like 2/3 of the way over, and we're just going back and forth directly into the crease. And so when I look up, you can't see the crease. Some people say never do crease work if you have hooded lids when you're looking down, but if I don't and I just put shadow here, when I look down, this is going to be completely blank. So you have to think of, well, you don't have to, but it will help you to think about why do people say things. Because if I just do this, when I look here, this is going to be bald. And it's happened to me in Sephora when they did my face. And she was like, look straight, and she did it. And I knew it wasn't going to look right because I know my eye shape and I do my makeup. And so after she finished everything and she did all the crease work, you know, me looking forward. And so after she finished the look, I looked in the mirror, I said, and I went like this, I said, can you put shadow in here, please? And she was like, oh yeah, sure. And I was just like, but true, if you're talking to people, you're like this. But if I happen to look down, or if I'm like, what? Oh my God, you're gonna be like, why is there no shadow in there? But yeah, she didn't even notice. And I'm just like, can you put shadow in here, please? Like, can you put shadow in here, please? And then she went back and added it, but then of course I had to look down, which they say don't do that. But somebody's calling me and I do not recognize that number, which means I am not answering it. And I wouldn't answer it anyway, because I'm spending time with y'all right now. So we're going to put that brush away. Now we're going to take, we're going to take this shade right here. This is Astral Solstice. I'm going to need to pull out another one of those, another one of these brushes, maybe even another one. That's why I like having multiples of the same brushes that I like. We're going to take this one. I'm hoping it sticks well because some of Velouria is here. So we're going to swipe this in here. We're going to tap off and we're going to just press. This is a topper. This is one of the celestial shades. This is pretty. Oh my gosh, this is a pretty palette. This is a pretty look, but it's just, and when I use it, I'm like, it is nice, but it just doesn't call me because it's not my vibe. But when I use it, I'm like, this is so easy. And it really seriously is. So we're going to just bring this up here into the crease, actually above the crease a little bit. And that is that. Like this, we're going to swipe again. So what I'm doing this time is I'm swiping instead of walking it because I'm using it as a shader versus a transition, I was going to say, but no, but versus as a crease brush. But look, I'm going to go back to the brush to have Velouria in it because I'm looking at this and this line is looking harsh right here. So I shouldn't even be using Velouria again. Yeah, right here it seems to be harsh. But we're going to do something later with that. Or not, because y'all know we like our makeup look nice, but we also are just like, you know, sometimes it is what it is and it is only makeup. It's not life or death. Now we're going to drop a brush. So we're going to pick up this one that didn't fall. And we're going to go into VR Rose. And I have a voicemail. Who was that called me? This is VR Rose, I keep forgetting it's a dual chrome. VR Rose Venus, and we're going to swipe with the clean one. And you see how pink this looks right here? But then up here, it doesn't. This is pretty. Yo, I be tripping because I'm like, I really don't be, you know, dealing with this palette. But look how easy. So we're going to swipe this here into the crease and overlapping the outer corner shade and overlapping the inner corner shade. And this is also a celestial shade, but these are not messy like the other ones. But the reason I don't like how I did my crease, which is why I normally don't do a crease shade, is when I look up you can't see the lid, but when I look down, like down here, this is really pretty. But I wanted y'all to see how y'all can use these brushes. I took one for the troll team. And so we are patting, but we're also swiping, because swiping it, it'll stick better than swiping, this being a celestial shade. But you see how, look at this though. You see that? You see that? But I miss not having more color up here. I really do. And that was the last one. I do have a little bit of fallout. I don't know which brush we use this one for. And that's the last one of those brushes because I can't bend down that far. I'm not that flexible. So we're going to take a clean one of these. And what are we going to do? We're going to take Love Lace, this shade here. And I want to do something darker. We're going to take Extreme Mahogany. I want more like here. So do I want to take Rose Dusk and just put more of that there? Shit. Yeah, we're going to use the brush that we used for that earlier. And we're going to just tap straight in. And we're going to tap off. And we're going to bring that over. I want something else. Okay. So we tapped in 3 times, tapped off. And we're starting where it stops, like right here. And we're just going to bring this over to like right here. I just want more. Just want more. First world problems. I like that. But you know what I don't like though? I'm used to taking my lid shades up higher. So when I look at this now, this is all just so matte and flat. And I'm used to it being more color there. So I'm just like, yeah, she cute. But I just want more. So, and that brush fell on the floor. So I'm gonna just use this brush because I'm not that flexible. Damn it. We're gonna take Refined Gold, this shade here, and we're gonna swipe, and we're gonna tap off, and we are going to put this right here in the typical transition area. I just want more shine up here because it's just. And I'm only going one way because I only put it on one side of the brush instead of going back and forth, which I could do, but then I don't want to create fallout. So that to me looks a little bit brighter than here, but it's still like, but then that's what this palette is though. You know, there's, I know some of y'all love this palette, I know, and it's okay, we just have different preferences. But I just like darker, I just want more, and every look I've done with this palette, I really liked it. And this look I also really like too. But it's just blah for me. It's not smoky, it's not vampy. It's not, it's just regular. But it's great in the sense that you cannot go wrong with it. How many colors did we use? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. Valoria, Love Lace, Rose Dust, Refined Gold, VR Rose, Venus, and Astral Solstice. So we use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades, and it don't even look like it. Like this palette is just freaking easy. This is just so easy. So we're gonna put that brush away, and we're going to take this brush, and we are gonna go into. Now that's gonna be too dark. Extreme Mahogany will be too dark to use this thick brush with it because it'll bring it down too far. So we're going to go into Bronze Sable, and that's not what it's called. It's called Sable Bronze, this shade here. And we're going to take this brush and we're just going to press it in, press and wiggle, tap off, and I will just use the mirror in the palette, right? And this is going to just go on our lower lash line. We're going to just press and wiggle because this brush is just freaking huge. And so there's a press and a wiggle, a press and a wiggle, and then I'll slide it a little bit. So we got to press and the wiggle and slide. Press and the wiggle and slide. Let me know if you started doing a dance to that. So I am just tapping it in again. Press and the wiggle, press and the wiggle, press and the wiggle, press and the wiggle and slide. Slide. Slide to the right. Slide to the left. Let me know if y'all were dancing. If y'all were dancing, thumbs up. This is cute. And this is what I'm saying. Like every look I do with this palette, like, I really like it. So we're going to put that brush away. Now we're going to, you know, we're not going to do our upper lash line. We're not going to use another brush. We're not, and that doesn't go there, it goes over there. So we did our entire face with only Scott Barnes brushes. We are going to put on Max Stack Mascara. We're going to figure out a lip, and then we will be right back. I do think this lip was the perfect choice for this lip, because it's just keeping everything just, we here, we're pretty, we're toned down. I do like how those celestial shades showed up on the lid, but you can only see them like when I'm looking down. But when I do this though, I see that first shade, I see that gold here. The outer corner shade, that went on really nice with that brush. Though I'm glad that, thank you for being here with me to experiment with using those brushes in ways that I have not used them before. Because I've only used that brush, this brush, for like tapping up here or transition area. Like I've never used it for like outer corner or for pack and shadow like right here. And it worked really well, as you saw. And so I'm loving how all the colors show up. This is just a pretty palette. It's a pretty palette. It's a pretty look. You can't go wrong with it. So yeah, I be tripping. Let's take our screenshot. I don't know how many I took. And so, but this is what we have though. Thank you so much again for being here with me. Let's do our pictures. Let me know what you think. If you have Divine Rose 7, or Mothership VII Divine Rose, let me know. If you don't have it, let me know, like, why not? And if your vibes are like mine, I understand. I really do. So for some people, this is one of their favorites. If you love these types of looks, wait for a 40% off sale and use my shop my link to get this. But yeah, wait for a 40% off sale. People say, I would never pay full price for Pat McGrath. Oh, them sales? No. I wouldn't pay full price either, but I buy them. So anyway, we're going to end on that note. Thank you again for being here, helping me experiment with. These are all the ones we use today, y'all. We use all of these brushes. These are all Scott Barnes brushes. So if you were curious about his brushes, how they can work, using them for other things, then they say how you can use them. You see from this video, you can do your entire face just with his brushes. No upper lash line stuff though, but he does have a brush for that though. It's one of the straight edge ones, which I don't really care for. But this look, y'all, she rocking. I will see you later. So thank you. And as always, another hiccup or something. Ooh, excuse me. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.